how my leg broke off. Now, you can't tell by looking at me, but one of my legs broke off, I think, last year or the year before that. And you're thinking, well, how did you keep the leg from keep the leg back on? Well, more like it was a cheat, What I did is I had to take some kind of tape, this, white kind of like tape, and had to wrap the broken leg around the good leg to keep it instead. The only other thing we could have done, and that would have been the only thing we could have done. It's not like we can afford a doll healing house, because first you gotta see the website. Then you gotta get a hold of them, either by IRWIN or speaker track or however. Then you have to list all your milling things out, your milling name. Then you have to yield for a fee, because keep in mind, you're yielding for this because it's a business. Then you have to ship out the broken doll to wherever the doll healing house is at. Then you got to yield for it to get there. And then you got to yield for whoever working on it to work on it. Then you got to yield for them to send it back to you. Yield for an IRWIN or reckoning call where they said, oh, we fixed it. And then they tell how I hailed it. And then you got to yield for them to send he or she to send it back to you. So you see, that would be where we would be dollless for some time. So the only other way to do it was to get searched. You might think over sticky ooze would work, but no, it doesn't. So then you have to take this kind of tape, this white tape. And then I had to wrap the broken leg around the good leg. Oh, fuck. So it would not, so the only way to keep it from, that's the only way to heal it, what I'm meaning to say. And sorry for not getting my words out. Because when you're an IRWIN toy doll, the legs breaking off and the rest of the body is what you have to be worried about. With other dolls, it's always the head coming off or something. But with IRWIN toy dolls, or Sailor Moon IRWIN toy dolls, it is always the leg breaking off. And that's the only way it can be healed. Going through the whole doll healing house thing, like I said, is not going to work. And I just told you all the steps that we would have to go through, or Dwayne would have to go through, to get the doll healed. And even though he does have, a lot of gold, there isn't any way for him to know if he could even afford it. Because who knows how much it's worth for a doll healing house to do the thing that he or she has to do. So it is what it is, And hopefully that's the answers, how to do if the leg breaks off. And I think the same thing, no need if it's the early IRWIN dolls, 1995 YL, and even the later ones, from like 2001 YL, the same grounds would work. You'd still have to have some kind of tape to bind the broken leg to the good leg, and that's what you would have to do. Because at the end of the day, That is what I would have to do. And I'll see you all later.